There's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on YouTube? So today I'm going to be doing my recap of Chanel TSO and Tasha K's interview. Before I get started, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about the interview if y'all did tune in. If y'all didn't, just make sure y'all stay throughout this whole video because I'm going to do a little short recap for y'all. So yeah. I'm surprised Chanel even did the interview to begin with because Chanel's been one of the cast members since the reunion, and since the show's been really airing, has been so quiet. Like, she don't really say much. She like keeps to herself. Like, she doesn't follow a lot of the girls. She doesn't really isn't friends with any of the girls, like she said in this interview. So like she kind of keeps her distance. So I was surprised that Sister Girl did that interview, right? So when I seen it pop up on my feed, I was like, "Oh, I gotta watch this," and you know, I gotta bring that information for my entertainers, y'all. So here's a little quick recap. So if y'all don't know too, here's a little some tea. Amber of Joselin's Cabaret also was asked to do an interview, but I don't know if she declined it or she just didn't end up doing it, but do the interview or whatever. And he kind of told her like, "Hey, you might not want to do it because you never know what she's gonna say and do and da da da." So yeah, right. So of course Chanel ended up doing the interview. Um, so that's just some little information for y'all. So Chanel to me, y'all, she was giving Lola. I don't know what it is about Justice Cabaret, but they love to give Lola the starfish. I said the starfish. Lola the shark from Shark Tale. Like, am I lying? She was looking like Lola from Shark Tale. Like, it looked like she got one of Lollipop's wigs. And she was like, let me slap this bitch on and look like Lola from Shark Tale. She looked just like Lola from Shark Tale. Like, the frontal to me was a little bit too forward. I wanted to push it back. I wanted to reach through the screen and go book and like push it back, whatever. But she did look good. Chanel's skin is clear, y'all. She looks vibrant. She looks like a lot like more relaxed because now she don't got to deal with Joselyn bullying her and terrorizing her whole existence, right? So Tasha K, y'all, is one funny bitch. The whole time during the interview, this is Tasha K in a lot of her interviews. This is her. So guys, I want you guys to buy Sidbird. And when you guys buy Sidbird, and then the ads, y'all know the ads and everything like midway through the video, which is irritating as F. But get your money, Tasha K, because at the end of the day, you feel me? Like, you trying to get that bread or whatever. So I don't really mind it, but her voice to me is just the funniest thing. So yeah, I want winos. I want you guys to buy all the wine, and then I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Cardi B, you're not getting any of that money. So y'all know what Tasha K give. During the whole interview, she's shady. She's like, wow, the whole time during the interview, right? So that's something I noticed during the interview that Tasha K was giving. And then Chanel said she thinks it was a conspiracy to not have her in the cabaret, which I do believe it was a little bit of a conspiracy because it was just weird how like Johnson kind of bullied her throughout the whole. I'm sweating, y'all, because the ring light is like right in my face. That's why it is already hot in my room. So like the ring light is like right in my face. That's what I'm sweating. So it was a little bit of a conspiracy, I believe, for her not to be in the cabaret because how hard Jocelyn went into bullying her, how hard Jocelyn went into making her feel uncomfortable during the whole season. So I do think it was a little bit of a conspiracy to not have her in the cabaret. She said she was told by somebody, I guess, on the production team that was like, oh, like, you feel me? Like, you wasn't supposed to be a part of the cabaret. You feel me? Like, you wasn't supposed to, you feel me, be a part of the cast or whatever, right? Actually be dancing. You were just supposed to be on the show and then not end up getting picked, right? So then Tasha K asked her about the apple throwing incident, right? And this is where Chanel lost me. Chanel, you cap, because he was like, oh, it was all like for show and like the camera angle, she didn't throw it at me. It didn't end up actually hitting me. It ended up hitting like the wall or like something of the baseboards on the floor or something like that. And all I'm thinking is, she still threw him in your direction. So either way, you should have checked her. Ain't no nothing about throwing the apple and blase blase. No, like she still doop, doop, like she was picking cherries and throwing it back in the basket. Like she still threw the fruit in your direction. So to me, that was a little bit of cap. So Chanel, stop the cap. The only cap, like Justin said, the cap is on your head. The weak cap is on your head. Like, stop the capping. Like, that to me was a little irritating because like, don't be trying to regurgitate and you feel me, and redirect and rewrite what happened on the show, because she did throw the apples at you, and I don't know if it hit her or not. I don't really remember if it hit her or not, but she still threw me your direction, which was mad disrespectful. At that point, Chanel should have left, in my opinion, right? So Chanel talked about how ungrateful Jocelyn was and how she did her like a lot of favors and stuff. She even said how she got Jocelyn a 20K gig and Jocelyn wanted $30,000 for the gig, right? And she turned it down because she wanted $30,000. She wanted more money for the gig. And I'm like, Jocelyn, if somebody paying you 20K, I know you're not turning it down, Jocelyn. I'm sorry. I just don't see people paying Jocelyn a lot to do hostings and stuff like that. So that to me, I feel like she only turned it down because it was Chanel. She didn't want Chanel to be like, "Oh, bitch, I got you money," or like, "I made you money," or whatever. I think that's why she kind of turned it down, because that's a lot of money. I see the cap of Jocelyn bookings being like 25K or like 15K. I just don't see it being like over $30,000, $40,000 to make an appearance. Because it's like, you do have a show on Zeus, don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's not like you're an actress or like you're a big like Jada Wada, you feel me, or Ari or some shit. Like, no, these girls are on a whole nother level than you. If it wasn't for Zeus, whew, you feel me? You wouldn't have been making nothing. So once again, like I'm gonna mention again, Chanel looked great. Her skin was popping. She looks vibrant. She looks healthy. So I'm happy for that, right? And then Tasha K gets to asking her about the coquiana, the cokes of the white powdered situations of the white powdered situations, right? So after she asks her about that, um, her answer was kind of vague. It was really, really vague. I feel like she probably did see girls in the house doing it, but she didn't want to kind of expose them to sort of like stir up drama. Cause Chanel doesn't seem like the type. Y'all already know Chanel. She's a little scary. She's not gonna try to like expose and be like, yeah, I saw Lexi blow doing some of that white powder that she says her ass is as fat as white powder. She was doing some of that white powder. So it's like she wasn't just gonna go ahead and expose the girls like that. So I wasn't surprised she didn't really directly answer that. She was just saying, oh, she wasn't, that's none of her business, and she was drinking and blase blase blase, right? So then they asked her about Ballistic. So then this one killed me. Ballistic, when Tasha K asked her about Ballistic, she gonna talk about, oh, well, Ballistic has a thing for Asian women, so I think he had a fondness for me. I said, I know you like, I know Jocelyn probably watching this, and if you like, who this raggedy hoe talking to? This stupid bitch. This raggedy hoe talking about my husband Ballistic. You think Ballistic want your raggedy pussy? The fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I know Jocelyn probably got a wind of this interview and went ape-ish. You feel me? So I would love to see her reaction to this interview, right? So he said she has a fondness for Asian women, but Ballistic never came onto her, or he never seen Ballistic coming onto any of the girls or whatever. And she mentioned also, you already know the last season, season 2, when the producer sent Boss Tech into the room with Ballistic to sort of like flirt with him or whatever. So then Tasha K asks Chanel about the reunion. So we all know, and I already talked about this on my channel and broke this on my channel. Chanel didn't go to the reunion. We all know this or whatever. So of course she didn't have too much to say about the reunion because she wasn't there. So thank God she didn't go, because she would have got pummeled. I think she would have got beat the hell down. I think for every time Jocelyn got her ass whooped that night, she would have took it out on Chanel. She was just like, "Fuck, I just lost. Chanel, come here." Like, she would, you feel me? Like, it would have been that type of vibe. So I'm kind of glad that she didn't end up going, because it would have not been a good situation. So Chanel says she doesn't talk to any other girls, doesn't keep up with any other girls, which I'm not surprised. Like I said, she kind of is separate from the cast and doesn't really talk to them or mingle with them like that. And they get on the topic of Lexi Blow. You know, Lexi Blow, in the words of Jocelyn. So she was saying how Lexi Blow, she thinks Lexi Blow is extremely fake. She doesn't know why Lexi Blow thought that they were like friends or whatever when they barely talked outside of the house. They barely hung out. They barely were friends. Blase, 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 all this type stuff, right? She was saying how like they were barely friends, and why she doesn't know why Lexi Blow thought that they were gonna be like bestie boos when they were coming in the house, and she was kind of confused because Lexi Blow made it seem as if they were like two peas in a pod when they barely hung out outside of the house. So that's just a little information for y'all. right? And then she actually called Lexi Blow a super fan. She said she's a super fan. I said, girl, a super fan? Like I'm a super fan of Big Brother? She said she's a super fan. That was funny. And then Tasha K mentions, and I think this is where Tasha K got her information kind of mixed up. This is where you're supposed to do your fact checking, Miss K. Tasha K, in the words of Armand. You know, this is where you're supposed to do your fact checking, girl. She mentioned hearing that Lamel slept with some of the Zeus cast members. I think she got this information wrong, and she said the one of the baddies girls, one of the Bad Girls Club members. This is where she got it mixed up. There was a rumor out there allegedly that let me put my allegedly thing on. Oh, it's already on. It's already on. There was a rumor that allegedly Christina was messing with one of the Zeus producers. It wasn't Lamel, but it was another producer. So I think that's where she got that information mixed up because I never heard of Lamel sleeping or allegedly sleeping with anyone on the cast or any of the Zeus shows or anything like that. So I think that's where Tasha K kind of get her information mixed up. Tasha K, you feel me? Like you kind of messed that up, Tasha K, and you need to do your fact checking because that'll get you. Lamel seems like the type that'll sue you for for fun. He's already getting sued for Jocelyn. Let him clear that lawsuit up. He'll send one your way real quick, right? So at the end, Chanel's promoting all her stuff. She has her money bags for her strippers. So she sort of branded herself really great. She's looking and been doing acting too, which I follow her on Instagram. So I see her doing a lot of that. She does a lot of acting and promoting herself, building up her brand, which I think is really good because I'm looking into acting as well. I've done a little acting gigs here and there and stuff like that. So it's like for her to go down that route, I think it's the perfect route. I think she needs to leave the dancing alone because I feel like she's a lot better than that. Like she's actually more talented than what I think she puts off to be and what the show showed her to be. So that was really the interview. It wasn't really nothing crazy revealed. I wish Amber kind of did it with her. I'm gonna try to do the Amber interview, but she charges for an interview, so I want to see how those rates looking because some of these cabaret girls be charging a leg and a half for a show that they're barely gonna spill actual tea about. So I'm gonna try to see if I can make that happen for you guys. But until then, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys watched the interview and what you guys thought about it. And tune into my next video and tune in tonight for our live. Okay.